What's up, Thunder fans? Along with Anthony Morrow, I am Colby Daniels. Another week in the books. The Thunder are off to the best start in franchise history. They are 8-0 as we record this thing, so we'll see what happens. Maybe this is the kiss of death. It always seems like it goes that way, but this team has been pretty unstoppable to start this NBA campaign defending their championship. Anthony Morrow, my friend, how are you? What's happening?
Doing great, bro. Great to see you once again, man. Week 3 now?
Week 3, that's right.
Right here, man. We're right here. Yeah, I'm doing great, man. In Atlanta, visiting my daughter, visiting my beloved Georgia Tech, even though they lost to NC State. The men's basketball team won their first game of the season. So good to see everybody. It's great.
You know what? I finally bought into Georgia Tech last week. I've been like a doubter. I've been saying, I don't know, I don't know how good they are. And then last week I finally gave in and said, you know what? I think they are pretty good. And then they lose and make me look like an idiot. So that's how it goes. I mean, I do that on
Sorry.
my own, but
We all got that, man. Trust me.
yeah,
I've been thinking about Georgia Tech all this time, man. I've been talking junk all season. But yeah, hey, look, I don't regret it. They'll be all right. We just got to beat Georgia, man. So we'll see.
there you go. There you go. It's still all in front of them, and that's the great thing about the new age of college football. One loss doesn't kill you like it
Right.
used to. Speaking of one loss, the Thunder are the only team in the NBA that have not sustained one loss so far early in the season. I know it's the regular season, and this is a completely different brand of basketball than we saw just a few months ago in the postseason. But, they were tested, obviously, in those first 2 games of the year, going double overtime, back-to-back. Whatever it was that kind of sort of engaged something in them seems to have worked, and they have just run through all of their opponents so far.
Absolutely, bro. 8-0, best start. You said best start in franchise history, right?
That's right.
Yeah, they locked in. I mean, you don't really see this rarely with really good teams that come off a championship run. Like there's no hangover, so like there's no championship hangover. So I just, I'm looking at them defensively the last 3 games. They holding opponents to 42, 43%. That's where they bread and butter is right there. So it doesn't matter if they're not shooting the ball well. Chet really, like we talked about him coming into his role as a rim defender. And now I'm thinking you looking at a guy that can guard at the rim, but you can't switch pick and rolls. He's moving his feet better. That's only going to improve. And you got Shea in the front of the defense. So you almost just playing like a zone. It almost looks like a 3-2 zone with Shea at the middle, and then he comes out. Cason's playing well. Isaiah Joe at 22. AJ might be 6th man of the year. So I don't know, man. J-Dub ain't back. I mean, you're talking about it going 9, 10 effective players deep that can, interchangeable roles on the perimeter. You got Isaiah down there, he's the bruiser. So I don't know. I mean, sky's the limit, man. They got guys, they clicking on all cylinders right now, man. So I mean, at this point, God forbid, barring any injuries, it's not a hole in their game. They play defense, they long, athletic. I still need another shooter. I'm still a free agent. I told you that. That man. But nah, they look great, man. I'm looking forward to see how they continue to progress and when J-Dub get back for sure.
Hey man, I'm definitely gonna make a call to Sam because I keep looking at those 3-point percentage every in the box score every night, and it's not getting better. So I mean, that might be the only little weakness that this team has, and obviously Isaiah Joe being back in the lineup will probably help that a little bit. But I mean, to your point about the defense. This is such a good defensive team. I mean, Shea is usually the weakest defender on the floor when you have your best 5 guys in there, and he is a plus defender at his position without a doubt. You have all defensive guys like Lou Dort. Cason Wallace, I think, is good enough to be an all-defensive type player. Alex Caruso is on that level. Chet Holmgren with his shot-blocking ability, rim-protecting ability. I mean, Isaiah Hartenstein is a guy that has so much defensive versatility. I was looking at some advanced stats earlier today. 2 guys that I haven't even mentioned yet are currently in the top 10 of defensive rating, and that's AJ Mitchell and Aaron Wiggins, 2 guys that you think are scorers, right? More offensively geared players, and they currently rank in the top 10 of defensive rating.
No, I mean, advanced stats, like I tell people all the time, you got to show me when it matters. But that's a huge stat for 2 of your guys coming off the bench to be in the top 10. That's one of those stats that you kind of glaze over. You don't really look at it like that. You're not really paying attention to that. But that's huge for 2 guys off the bench to be in the top 10 in that category defensively. That's huge for them. Then you got your other guy. I mean, they got They may have four guys that can start on on other teams in the league. Maybe not all other teams, but at least five or six different teams in the league. So you got that coming off your bench with the talent that you have up front and your starting five. That's going to be great for them. That's a playoff. I mean, it's built for the playoffs. Like what they do, how they play. That's 100% built for the playoffs.
If you had a starting five of let's say AJ Mitchell, Cason Wallace, Alex Caruso, Aaron Wiggins, and then just take one of the bigs from OKC, whether that's Chet or Hart, how good is that team in the West? Just starting five for starting five.
Uh, I'm gonna go seed wise. So you said we got Aaron Wiggins, AJ,
Wiggins,
Alex.
AJ, Caruso, Queso, and then you can take either one of the bigs.
I'll have to get Chet if I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Talking about maybe a 6-7 seed. I mean, you got to have a finisher. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so I mean, and shooting wise, you'll have to really depend on Casing to make shots consistently at a really high clip. And the rest of those guys are great, great shooters. Like AJ they can make shots, but Casing can get high and give you 30. But yeah, I'd be 7 8 seed. I give them that. And that's, I mean, you coming off the bench with that.
Yeah, that's four bench guys and then one big. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is pretty incredible, and it speaks to the talent evaluation of this organization, and just once again, I think the overall mindset of this team, all these guys individually getting better and doing their part for the good of the team. As far as the stars on this team, I gotta get into SGA. It's going to be a very rare thing, I think, that we get this far into a conversation about the Thunder and don't mention SGA yet, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander wins the MVP last year, wins the Finals MVP. It's hard to imagine how much better this guy can be. The Thunder are 8-0 to start the season. No J-Dub. Through 8 games, he's averaging 33.1 points per game. That's second best in the NBA as of right now. But some crazy stats. First stat, SGA has scored 20 points or more in 80 straight games, which is the third longest streak in history, only behind Wilt, who did it once 126 times in a row, and then did it again 92 times in a row.
That's unbelievable, especially at that position, because he's one of these new age point guards where he's more of a playmaker than a traditional point guard. But he makes it look so easy. Like his basketball IQ, I don't think he gives enough credit for his offensive basketball IQ. Like he knows exactly what he wants to do. And his teammates are locked in with that. Like they trust him. Like, all right, we got to make a play. I trust him taking that shot. I trust him to make the right play at the right time, whether it's the first quarter or it's the last 10 seconds of the game. So they got ultimate confidence in him. He has ultimate confidence in himself. And, he can roll out of bed and score 18, 20 a night. That's easy. You know what I'm saying? He's averaging 33. But the thing is, that's more impressive to me is that he'll take that shot and he's making those shots to close these teams out. And that's just like, I can't tell you, like being on a team with a guy like Kevin Durant and, Steph and those guys like Jimmy Butler, like it's like, it's a different kind of confidence you have for the main guy when he has the ball in his hand coming down the stretch in a game 4 in the playoffs or whether it's game 15 in the regular season. It's a different kind of confidence that the team has, and they rally around that. They rally around guys like Shai, man. So, he can roll out of bed, get 18 to 20. And I think that's that's the kind of confidence he has, man. So it rubs off on all your teammates.
No doubt. All right, a few more Shai stats. Last 3 games, he scored 30 points, and 31 points. He hasn't played a single minute in the fourth quarter in any one of those 3 games, making him the first player in NBA history to score 30 points in under 30 minutes 3 straight games.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that. You did your real advanced scout. I think you're an advanced scout or something like that, Cole. We might have to look into that. But that's crazy. I mean, if you see how they playing though, the way they style of plays, like it's almost like you have a superstar quarterback, but you got a great running game. You got 2 great tight ends. You got deep ball receivers, Paul. Like you got all these people that you can rely on. You don't have to be the focal point of the offense every single night. He doesn't have to make every single play. You know, if you look up, he'll give you 12 or 15 assists, but on nights where he doesn't need to do that, you might have 4 or 5 assists, and he's still effective in making everybody else around him better. So I feel like that's what's special about him and their team. You know, so I mean, when I can sit down for the whole, you know, you really, since you're playing 36 minutes, 33 points, you know what I'm saying? So, I
It's
mean,
incredible.
that's effectiveness, efficiency, and everybody's involved in the offense. I can chill for the last 12 minutes of the game for the next 3 games.
All right, I saved the best one for last. 8 games
All
into
right.
the season, I already mentioned he's averaging 33.1 points per game. That's second best in the NBA. I think Tyrese Maxey currently leads the league with 34 points a game. Shea has not played in 4 fourth quarters of the 8 games that they've played so far. So he's 1 point behind. He's not played in 4 fourth quarters. That said, Shea leads the NBA in clutch time scoring this season by almost double to the next highest. He has 46 clutch time points so far this year. Maxey is next with 24.
That's crazy. And now, the first two, the double overtime, like some of that,
Some of that plays
I
a
mean,
big role for
that's
sure.
most of that. That's
Yeah.
most of that. But I mean, it still lets you know he had to do it early, coming off a championship. You know, a lot of teams they put on the schedule. These guys roll over these teams in the first couple days, first couple games. You know, if not, of course, the media is gonna go crazy, like what happened to them and all that. And but they came in with that same focus. Shea came in with the same focus. You know, he'll show you like if I need to go in there and win this game, the last 5 minutes of the game is his. You know, so I think from last year to now, you can tell. Like last year, that's all he needed. It's not even a question where the ball going. He knows it. The coaches know it. His teammates knows it. The opponents know it. So, you know, I think when you have that kind of confidence when the game's on the line, it's almost like you want that. You know, it's addictive. You want to have the ball in your hand. So it's just amazing what he's doing right now. That's what I said. They have every ingredient you need to back win championships. And I think that they're on the trajectory. Their trajectory is trending up every week. You know, so this is we might need to keep doing the show if they're gonna win. You know, they keep winning every week. It might be, I don't know. We gotta keep it going, Cole.
Hey, I said last week, like, they're on pace to go 82-0. I said that jokingly, but,
Yeah.
who knows? We'll see. They still got to finish out this road trip. And generally, when you get a couple of road trips early in the season, there's got to be one night that maybe you're not able to get through the grind of just NBA travel. But they've done a pretty good job. And, they always say the same things. And sometimes I think, like, we all kind of roll our eyes. It's like, we're just trying to get a little bit better every day, and we're just,
Right.
but like, that genuinely is like how they do things. I mean, I think they
Right.
genuinely do it that way. It's not exciting, and it doesn't like sound great when you watch an interview, but I think they do genuinely believe all those things that they say, which is why I think they probably have less off nights than maybe other people.
Hey, I tip my hat to Coach Denegault, man. That's coaching, in my opinion. Building that culture, keeping those guys locked in. We always have to say the cliche, like, one game at a time, play by play, all that stuff, which is cool. But I mean, when you go out there and actually do it, of
Yeah.
course they're gonna lose eventually. But like you said, road trips, it's gonna be some dog days on the road where you can't get over the hump. And the NBA is the NBA. Anybody can beat anybody on any given night. But overall, I mean, the main thing is just, like I said, that coaching and that culture around there, that keeps those guys confident and going every day. And it's a lot of little things that go into that you just have to be in the locker room to see and be around. And it's chemistry. And that's, what they got to continue to sustain that for the next 8 months, 9, 10 months. So.
Speaking of that, we still have not seen Jalen Williams in the lineup to start this season. It was announced that he's probably going to be reevaluated in a couple more weeks. So still another pretty decent window for the Thunder to continue to find big minutes out of maybe unsung heroes. I'm not at all suggesting that injuries are a good thing, but it certainly has opened the door for this deep Thunder roster to stretch its legs a little bit and find out a little bit more about maybe to the point of the depth and the quality of your bench to put some of those guys in bigger roles and let them stretch their legs a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, man. I'm excited to see when J-Dub gets back. Um, but I mean, it's always been next man up over there. Like we said, we just broke down. You know, it could be a 7 seed off the bench within the second unit itself. So, I think it's good for guys like AJ to keep that confidence he has now. Kaysen, Isaiah, you know, these guys that wouldn't necessarily maybe Caruth, Alex, that may not get the same amount of minutes in the regular season, they'll still have that same confidence moving forward because we're gonna need that. It's all men on deck in the playoffs. You know how it is.
No
Especially
doubt.
moving closer to that Western Conference Finals, and if you're fortunate enough to make the finals, which they on that path right now. But this is great. I always say that. As I got older when I was playing, I used to preach that to young, Jeremy Lamb, Samaj Christian. When I was there with the Cameron Payne, I'm like, hey man, stay ready because we're going to the playoffs, and you never know. You may have to go in there. It don't matter what they ask you to do, but you out there. So you got to be ready for anything. You got to be ready for whatever, in those moments. And I think that's it's great for everybody because everybody's playing at a high level. Everybody's playing at a high level within their role,
Yeah.
which is imperative when you get in May, June, April, May, at those times, everybody got to stay sharp.
I
More
thought
mentally.
I thought last year, there was a period of time where the Thunder were without both Isaiah Hartenstein and Chet Holmgren. They didn't have a big, and I thought you saw a bunch of guys have to get out of their comfort zone a little bit, and ultimately I think that paid off in a big way in the postseason. With I think probably just the physicality of some of those guys like Jalen Williams, who was having to defend centers during that time
Yeah,
period. We saw Alex Caruso defend Nikola Jokic in the playoffs for crying out
yeah,
loud. I mean, I don't, I think having to play a small ball against bigger teams when you didn't have your bigs in the regular season in some way prepared them for that run.
yeah. That's that guy. It goes back to Coach Mark Denigal and that staff, man, and the scouts, player development, all those guys, coming together, bringing their minds together to get creative when anything can happen in the playoffs. I saw Alex Garden joke. I was like, it's gonna work. I don't know how, but it's going to work. And they were able to figure it out. They got to keep their wings. They got to be able to control Jamal Murray, and they kind of just zoned up against the Joker. Man, he one of the highest IQ basketball players I've ever seen in my life, and they confused him. So, hopefully we don't have to put Alex. Alex, I hope they don't have to put you on him again, man, because
No
I know
doubt.
you was banged up and bruised up after that series. So, I mean, that's just what they do, though. They improvise at all times, ready for whatever. Just a bunch of basketball-minded guys getting together in that locker room. I give it to Coach Mark and that staff, sure.
I did not share your confidence when I saw Caruso and Jokic. I thought they're in big trouble. And to
No,
Alex's credit, man, he
it
came
looked weird
through.
at first. Yeah, but I say I remember when Alex came. He came to us in free agency. He was trying to get a 10-day. He was undrafted, and after practice, I saw him at Texas A&M before, like randomly. I was like, he kind of tall, like 6'5", 6'4".
Yeah.
And after the first practice, he just started dunking he was just like windmilling going between the legs. And then he's like, we started playing pickup and we got into training camp. And I don't know if he remembers this. I said, bro, you're going to play in the league for a long time. I don't know when, but you're going to be in the league. He's like, man, I hope so. He was wearing a headband back then too. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure enough, man, look, it worked out. So, he's very important to that team, man.
Caruso was
Leader.
balding as like a sophomore at A&M. So, yeah, I mean, the headband has always
Yeah.
kind of, I think, offset that a little bit. So, uh,
Keep it.
good for him. Good for him. All right, let's have a little fun. I'm going to throw a Thunder player at you, and what we're going to do is we are going to recast an Avengers movie using Thunder players. So you can pick any superhero you want for a new Avengers movie, and we got to start obviously with the leader, SGA. So if we're recasting an Avengers movie featuring only Thunder players, who does SGA play?
I'm giving him Iron Man.
Okay, why Iron Man?
Giving him Iron Man because the way he plays is Iron Man's kind of witty, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
and Shea has that game where it's like you can't really figure him out. He kind of taunting you with the slow handle. He got the slow game. He got the stop and go. I give him that, and his basketball IQ is through the roof. And Iron Man was the technological
That's
genius.
right.
So I give him Iron. I give Shea Iron Man.
All right, all right. I like it. I went back and forth between Iron Man for the same reasons because Tony Stark is high IQ, so is Shea. And then obviously Iron Man is just a badass when the suit goes on, and Shea's the same way. I also thought Captain America just because he's the leader, but then like Shea's from Canada, so it'd have to be like Captain Canada, and that doesn't really make sense. So
Yeah, yeah, that's kind
I
of
think
crazy.
Iron Man probably works a little bit better.
People in Canada may not like that, man.
That's right.
Like you
That's
got
right. All right, let's go Lou Dort.
Lou. I'm gonna give him Thor.
Okay, why Thor?
Cause man, like no matter what, Thor is front line. Like even when they say Thor is not, he still show up no matter what. He always dependable. I always looked at Thor like he was just dependable. He efficient when it comes to anything.
Okay,
That's a heat pump. He right there for you. That's Thor. That's Lou. Lou is right there. He'll guard centers. You know what I'm saying? He'll guard point guards, switch every screen, rebound, mix it up,
I love it.
tough fails. Gotta go Thor, man.
All right, all right. Thor for Lou Dort. All right, let's go Chet. Who we got for Chet?
All right, I'm giving Chet. I'm giving Chet Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Okay.
I know it was kind of tough. Uh I'm giving him Spider-Man because he's really elusive. Can't really guard him with a small guy. Put a big on him, he can break him down off the dribble. You know what I'm saying? And he the young boy, Peter Parker
There you go.
face.
There you go. All right, I like it. I like it.
With that agile, they can't stay in front of him. I love him.
All right, what do we got for J-Dub?
Wolverine.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Durable. I don't remember, I know he's hurt now, but I don't remember him really being hurt ever since he's been in the league. Um, I
I mean,
mean,
he
he
went
got
through the
that
whole playoff finals run with the injury, and it didn't seem to slow him down at all.
all through it.
Yeah.
How many times you thought Wolverine was gonna die? We got like 12 Wolverine movies, bro. Come on, Wolverine been around my whole life. He's dependable. He's sturdy. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, at one point, Chet coming to his own now, but I was like, he's the second best player on the team. And that could go back and forth between him and Chet, but obviously Chet has more of a ceiling, younger and all that. But yeah, J-Dub, Wolverine.
Okay, I love that's probably my favorite one so far. All right, let's go Isaiah Hartenstein.
I might have to give him Juggernaut.
Okay.
Gotta give him Juggernaut, bro. That might be my favorite for him, man. Like unstoppable force in the paint. He's gotten better over the years. I liked him in New York. So when I saw
Yeah.
he was going to the Thunder, I'm like, when Steven left, I'm like, that's perfect. When Steven Adams left, I was like, that's perfect for them. He's younger, but he one of those guys like you always know when he's on the court. Even with Chet out there, when you let Chet float around defensively and offensively, you can always depend on Isaiah to hold the
Yeah.
fort down with the paint. So strong as hell. I hate it. That's one guy you don't want setting a screen on you. I love bigs. I love those guys that's like that.
All right, let's go Alex Caruso.
I'm going Professor X for him.
is,
I gotta go Professor X for my guy AC.
is that the bald correlation?
Yeah, no, nah, that's not even it. I knew you was gonna say that. But that's I can throw that in there though. I like that. I like that, Cole. Nah, man, because Professor X was like I look Alex defensive IQ on the perimeter, and obviously in the interior, he had to guard the Joker last year in the
Yeah.
playoffs. Like we talked about, his basketball IQ is through the roof, and of course we know Professor X is one of the he was the genius on that as well, one of the geniuses. But yeah, I give him Professor X because of his defensive IQ. He like a wizard. You
Okay.
don't know where
I like it.
he's 4, 6, 5. He might get you 5, 6 steals in an important game in the playoffs.
I love it. I love it. All right, Casey Wallace.
Kaysen. What I got for K? I got to give him Captain America.
Okay.
Steve Rogers. I mean, he's one of those guys. He's dependable, pretty well-rounded. He could fight. He could fly. You know, he had a lot of
It's like a
different
soldier.
things. Yeah, that's it. That's how he plays too. He's real precise. You got it. He's honest. You got to guard the handle. He can make shots off the dribble. He can make big shots. You know, he's consistent from three. He can run a team. You know, when Shay's out the game, God forbid Shay get in foul trouble, you trust Kaysen out there.
Yeah. And he's not from Canada, so it's a better fit.
Yeah. We could. Yeah, Shay understands.
All right, we got two more, and then we'll wrap up. Aaron Wiggins.
Man, it's gonna be tough. I gotta give him Black Panther, man.
Okay, I like that. That's solid for Aaron Wiggins.
The way he playing off the bench right now, man. I mean, he's doing everything, especially defense. We got 2 top 10 guys defensively.
Yep.
He's one of them. Him and Alex. We get Professor X and Black Panther coming off the bench. Is crazy, right?
He plays with some swag too, so yeah, I like that one a lot. All right, last one, AJ Mitchell. What do we got for AJ?
Damn, AJ running out. All right, with no gender, I'm giving him Storm. Don't worry about the gender. Worry about the characteristics. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving him Storm.
This is like the Ghostbusters remake, right? When they did the women as Ghostbusters. We're just doing it in reverse.
Yeah. I remember that.
There we go.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. 6th Man of the Year candidate right now. He's doing it all defensively, making shots. You can put him at the point, making plays. He coming into his own offensively. And he's one of those low-key, really crafty guys on defense, man. He fits the mold of a Oklahoma City Thunder guard.
There you go.
6'5", 6'6", lanky, get out and pass in lanes, get on the break, finish, make open shots when it matters. I'm giving him Storm.
I like it.
AJ.
No disrespect.
Disregard the gender, bro. Love you.
All right, I'll give you. I got 3 that I initially came to my mind. You can tell me how much you like these ones. I thought Hulk possibly for Lou Dort, just because I feel like he always kind of hulks up and plays bigger than he actually is.
Yeah.
For Chet, I thought Reed Richards from Fantastic Four because he's so Stretch.
Stretch, yeah. Forgot about Stretch.
And then the one I thought for AJ was Ant-Man. Because, nobody expected anything from AJ. Just like when you watch Ant-Man, you're like, what is this guy going to do? And then, he shocks you and, saves the day. And you're like, holy cow.
It's actually, it was a good movie. My kids had to make me go watch that last one. I was like, it wasn't bad.
It was better than I thought it was going to be, right?
Yeah. It's not like a Wolverine.
Yeah, right. Yeah, not much is. So, yeah. J-Dub certainly got the best of the movie recast for sure. All right, my man. Thunder are 8-0. They've got 3 more road games before they're back home next week. It's the, I believe, Warriors next Tuesday, Lakers next Wednesday, so should be a fun back-to-back at the Paycom Center, and we've got a lot more to talk about 1 week from now.
Absolutely, man. Can't wait. Hopefully, when we get back here, they're 11-0.
That's right. And we're still on pace for 82-0, but always good to catch up. Good luck to your Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets over the weekend, and we'll break it all down next week.
Appreciate it, brother. Thank you.